Good day, gentlemen. You know, I was talking about the bloodline because as a 12-year-old, I heard my grandmother talking to an older relative, and my grandmother was telling her, you don't mix your blood with anybody. And I thought that was utterly disgusting because I remember the cowboy movies where they would cut each other's hands and shake hands, and since they mix blood, they're now blood brothers. I thought it was disgusting. So that is what I thought my grandmother meant when she told my cousin, be careful of who she mix up blood with. But anyway, my grandmother knew a lot about genetics, but spiritual genetics. She was a big believer in being careful of who you mix your blood with. Gentlemen, I take this very seriously because of two things. One, Dragon, when he said that he comes from an alligator bloodline. And I don't think he understands what that means. But that explains a lot about his behavior. And with the royal families. The royal families marry within each other. I always wondered about that. I thought that was like kind of sick, that you kind of married your cousin. But anyway, Dragon is one extreme, the royal family is another. I mentioned both extremes to make a point, that you be careful of who you mix your blood with. I'll tell you what my grandmother told me, but I won't tell you who. But she warned me not to pollute her daddy's blood. Who's my great-grandfather? She said, boy, don't you pollute my daddy's blood. And I thought it was disgusting. I'm like, pollute the blood? How could you pollute the blood? Now, I understood it as I got older. My great-grandmother was more concerned about the character of the people and the families that enter the lives of her children and her bloodline. And once my aunt explained it to me, because when I asked her, how do you pollute the blood? And I understand. You gotta be careful of who you mix with. Anyway, gentlemen, you the child's father, you are ultimately responsible for who you mix your blood with to make your children. You get a choice. The bloodline or blue blood. The alligator bloodline or blue blood. The choice is yours. Goodbye.